Hi, this is Carolyn Dorota, and I just wonder how you're doing right now because it certainly is getting darker. It looks like war is imminent. Israel is in war, and but we've gone through Isaiah 60 before and said, hey, when it's gross darkness is covering the earth, that our light gets stronger. And we look to all the things that Jesus did, and he told us in John 14 we're supposed to do the same, and not only that, but he gave us the anointing to do it. And you look around the world, and there are pockets of wonderful, wonderful revival going on. You see stadiums filled. You see people in the even down to the DNA of people being changed, and restorative miracles. And so what are you going to say? So I picked up the translation, the Passion Translation again, and Psalm 83, because that's where we are, and history repeats itself. And we talked about this psalm before, that it's thought to have gone back to 2nd Chronicles 20. So let me read it to you. And if you look in the article that I've posted on Psalm 83, that you'll see how much history does repeat, and how our God is always showing the nations that he's in charge. He's done that from ancient times, and he's doing it again. So let me read parts of it. And it says, God, you have to do something. Is that sometimes how you feel? Don't be silent and just don't sit by. Can't you see what they're doing? All your enemies are stirred up in an uproar. They despise you, Lord, and in their defiant arrogance, they rise up to host their secret council against your people. They conspire together to come and harm your cherished ones, your hidden ones. Our enemies keep saying, now is the time to wipe Israel off the map. We'll destroy even the memory of her existence. They've made a pact, consulting and conspiring, aligning together in their covenant against God. Well, if we look to the first time that Hamas is mentioned, it refers to the violence in the time of Noah, and look what happened in the time of Noah. He was very obedient to do what God asked him to do, and the floods came. And if you look at the modern alliance of Hamas throughout the world, in its charter, it says that we're going to wipe Israel off the map across the earth. So they've made this pact, consulting, conspiring, aligning themselves together in their covenant against God. So all the sons of Ishmael, the desert sheiks, the nomadic tribes, all of them listed around those surrounding Israel right now, the Amalekites, the Canaanites, the Moabites, and all the nations that surround us, the Philistines, Phoenicians, Gadarenes, the Samaritans, allied together, and they're ready to attack. Do to them what you did to the Midianites, who were defeated by Gideon, or what you did to Sisera, Jabin, and Deborah and Barak, who defeated them at the Kishon River. Well, we know who showed up and did that. And do to your enemies what they did at Endor, and the rotting corpses fertilize the ground. Repeat history, God. Make all their noble ones die like Oreb, Zebub, and who said in their pride, we will seize God's people along with all their pleasant lands, just blow them away, God, like straw in the wind, like tumbleweed in the wilderness. Burn them like a raging fire soaring down the mountainside, consume them all until there's only charred sticks remain. Chase them away like before a mighty storm and terrifying tempest. Oh, Lord, disgrace them until their faces fill with shame, and make them acknowledge the glory of your name. Make them utter failures in everything they do until they perish in total disgrace and humiliation, so that they will know that you and you alone are Yahweh, the only most high God, exalted over all the earth. So what God does to the enemies is his choice of what he's going to do. And we go back to Egypt, when God embraced the Israelites as his people and how he delivered them. And everything he says in Exodus concerning the Pharaoh and how he was using the Pharaoh to show the nations that he was God. Okay, so God is doing his part, and we'll talk more about how we do our part. Well, I would suggest going back to some of these places if you're feeling a little jittery about what's going on in the world, and get it into your heart that he is taking care of you and that he wants you to do your part. He is doing his part. And if you look at all the people involved, whether it was Deborah and Barak, or whether it was Moses and Aaron, or whether it was Noah, they all did their part. So it's time, sweet ones, to step out and do our part.